Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Micah. Welcome to Everyday May installment. I don't know how many. We are well on our way doing Everyday May so far, and today I have all purple makeup products that I'm currently loving. Which, if you're thinking, Micah, you're wearing quite a crazy makeup look today, that's because I thought I would showcase as many of these products as I possibly could in one single makeup look. So this idea is not entirely my own. I believe the YouTuber I've seen this do quite a bit with mainly eyeshadows is Julia Mazzucato, I think. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I'll make sure to just link her channel down below. She's done like all the colors of the rainbow, and I actually started doing a series very similar over on my blog like 5 years ago. Like, I've been doing a color series over there too. And I just thought it would be fun to talk about some colorful makeup products, but I don't just want to talk eyeshadow, I also want to throw in other color products. And in the case of the shade purple, I tend to have quite a few bits. I was actually quite surprised to find how much I have. I'm not going to go over every single purple toned product in my makeup collection. That would be a bit much, but I thought we could focus on my top favorites, as well as some honorable mentions, because those are things I'm either currently trying out or that are new to my collection that I haven't actually used yet. But there is quite a bit here that I have tried, because purple has always been one of my favorite colors to wear. So let's just get to all of these wonderful products. So I think we are going to start with face and lips first, because that's what I have the least of. I do have some face products that are purple. Case in point, the highlighter that I'm wearing today is Becca's Prismatic Amethyst. Now, in the pan, this may look a little bit white actually on camera. It looks a bit pink, but it has that purpley pinky shift to it. And on my complexion, I just really love this. This is one of my favorite highlighters that I own. And it's just, you know, you might think, purple highlighter, really? Will it look good on me? But if you're fair-skinned, like myself, then this can look very nice. I especially like purple face products in the winter time when I'm super pale. I'm starting to get a little bit too tan to be able to pull off a cheek like this. But that being said, that's not the only highlighter I have, because I have the Anastasia Moonchild palette, and I bought this especially because of all the duochrome highlighters that it has. Do I use this a whole lot? No, I actually kind of forget that I have it. But this has some really stunning shades that you can use as inner corner highlights. But it also has Purple Horseshoe, which is like your standard purple highlighter. So I also wanted to swatch things in this video. So let me swatch Becca first. So if we swatch the Becca highlighter, there it is. And then the Anastasia will be a lot more purple. Yeah, this has like a blue undertone, sort of purple vibe. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. So those are the two highlighters that I wanted to mention. I was surprised that I didn't have any more. I have other highlighters that are similar to Prismatic Amethyst, but I feel they are more on the pink side rather than the purple side of things. Still, it's not super purple. The Anastasia one is definitely much more purple than the other one. So I feel that the Becca one pulls more like purple to pink, and the Anastasia is a purple that pulls more blue, which we will see plenty of in the rest of this video. Blush. Let's start with what's on my cheeks today, because I wanted to make sure I also wore one of my purple blushes for you. This is Urban Decay's Bittersweet. I'm not sure if you can still get this. Apparently Urban Decay is discontinuing their blushes in favor of a new formula. So we'll see, but that is the blush. It looks very scary when you swatch it, and also when you look at it in the pan. It looks like a straight up purple, but what's so cool about this color is that when you sheer it out, it has that pinky undertone, so it works really well as a cheek product. When I found out that I wanted to try purple blush though, I didn't want to commit to the much more expensive Urban Decay product first. So when I found that LA Girl has one in the shade Just Dance, I went with this first to try it, and I feel that this is a very good dupe of the Urban Decay. So if you can no longer find that, then this is a good one to try, because they are pretty much identical. I think that the LA Girl one is just a hint more pink than the Urban Decay, but just by like a smidge. Like they're pretty much identical. They're pretty much shade dupes. Shade dupes. I can't talk today. For lips, I have a few options because I love a good purple lip. Especially the pinky toned purples. Those are my favorite, like MAC's Flat Out Fabulous. I love, there's a couple of other ones. There was a Lancome lipstick in their Rouge in Love line. I'm not sure if they still do it, but it looks very purple in the bullet, but then when you apply it, it pulls more pink. But those to me don't feel like true purples. So that's why I wanted to feature purples that I feel read more purple on me. The first one is this Milani Amore Metallics lip cream in the shade Automatic Touch. Now, if you saw my bright lipstick collection video, then you will have seen this already. This is such a stunning purple shade. It is, again, a little bit more pink toned, which makes it a lot more wearable, but it still reads purple on my lips. And if you don't like a metallic shiny formula, then I can recommend the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Madison. This is one that I bought off of the recommendation of Too Much Tash, and this is just such a stunning shade right there. They are pretty much the same shade. Now that I swatched them side by side, they're pretty much identical, but the Milani one has a bit more shine, and then the Anastasia will dry down matte. I also have some bullet lipsticks. The first purple lipstick I ever owned is Maybelline's Vibrant Violet. This is such a stunning, like this is just a really good purple shade. Let me show you this. It is a true purple. It doesn't really read any like pink or blue, or it's right in the middle of the two, and it's a really, really stunning shade. But I also wanted to try some new stuff, and then I found this shade. This is Free Spirit by H&M. And this is one of their cream formula lipsticks. And this is the first time I'm wearing it on my face, so I can't tell you anything about how much I like this. Oh, but it's shade-wise, these are actually pretty much the same. You see, that's the Maybelline and that's H&M. When I know that I like purples, then this is pretty much what it what it comes down to for me. The Maybelline is again matte, the H&M is a cream formula. I think it looks very pretty on my lips. My lips are quite pigmented, quite very like naturally quite pigmented. So I feel that they make the lipstick a bit darker than what you would expect from this, because that's the same lipstick, but it pulls a bit darker because of my naturally darker lips, like lip color. Moving on to the part that I think that everybody wants to see, and that's eyeshadow. I have a lot here, but in a lot of these palettes, I feel there's only one shade that I really like. But there's one exception. Huda Beauty's Amethyst Obsessions. This is an all purple palette, but I do have to say that I would have liked it to be more purple. What I think is missing in here is like a matte royal purple, more in the vein of this. But especially this shade is absolutely stunning. So there you have the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsession. I'm not going to be swatching every single eyeshadow from this palette because that would be a bit crazy. But I have been doing quite a few looks with this, and I really like it. And it's a very nice curated little palette. Moving on to what's on my face right now. And that's another thing that I've tried for the first time today. Because one thing I wanted to try in 2019 was more purple, blue, and green eyeshadow. So I bought this. This is the Blush Tribe Hasina 2 palette. And if you know that I like to try purple, blue, and green eyeshadow, and then see the inside of this palette, you know that this was right up my alley the minute I saw that and I had that wish. I knew I had to have this. You have a couple of blues in the middle and greens on this side and a black, and you have some purples over here. I've used these 5 shades on my lid today, so those are right there. And this matte purple, look at that. I feel that when you look for more colorful eyeshadows, that indie brands is where it's at. Look at that swatch. Everybody says that purples are very difficult to formulate. Well, Blush Tribe has no problem formulating a good purple because, oh my, that's a very nice one. Then we have, ooh, this is stuck. Then we have a nice little stack of things that I've tried. Some of these things have been in my collection for a long time, and some of them have been discontinued, but I did want to mention them here. I think that when we talk purple palettes, we need to mention this. This is the Natasha Nona Leela palette. I do have to say that though that for a purple packaged palette, this isn't very purple. Once you look at the shades, it's really just mainly that shade right there in the middle. Let me swatch that for you. That is also one of my favorite shades in this palette. So there you have the shade right there. And that's a lot more blue tone than the Blush Tribe one, as you can see. But yeah, Natasha Denona has, it's not my favorite formula by any means, but that's a good purple that I have in my collection. Now, when it comes to purples historically in my collection, Inglot really took the cake because I have some stunning purples by them. The only problem is that I have no clue what these are called because the names are only written on the back and I don't want to pull apart the entire palette to see. I'm pretty sure I can look it up. But especially this shade right here. Oh, you can already see that I've used it quite a bit. This is such a stunning, like, softer purple shade. Am I sticking my nails in here? No, I'm not. So as you can see, again, as purples goes, it's such a stunning purple shimmer. It's a very soft, more like pinky tone purple, but that's why it works really well all over the lid. I think that the surprise in the Jaclyn Hill Amore Vault was the Bling Boss palette, and then especially some of the purples that are in here. It is, again, more of a berry palette than a purple, but that purple shade called Gem, stunning. It's, again, I think pretty much in the same vein as some of the things I've already swatched. Let us see. Yeah, it's very similar to the Blush Tribe one, actually, right up here. This one has a bit of shimmer to it, so it's a bit more smooth. The Blush Tribe one is a matte, so that's really, really nice because you can. That's what I have in my crease today, actually, this matte Blush Tribe shade. And this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill one. Really nice quality. And again, for a purple, this is really, really good pigmentation. Another purple palette that wasn't all too purple. The Norvina palette by ABH. This palette is, of course, one that, because of the packaging, you would expect it to be very purple, but I feel the only real purple in here is this. This is called Celestial, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And this is really nice. There we have Celestial. This is a really nice shade, I have to say. I really like the shimmers in the Norvina palette. They're a bit messy, but with a finger, I feel they work really well. I also wanted to talk about some older Urban Decay stuff, because Urban Decay, despite the brand having gone a bit of a different way in recent years, they used to do really stunning purples in their Vice palettes. This is the Vice one, which is this rubbery packaging that you can't keep clean, so mine looks really dirty. But in here, there's a shade called Vice, which is a stunning purple. Let me show you this. So this is Vice, and as you can see, compared to everything else we've swatched so far, this has a bit more of a gray undertone. It's not as vibrant, perhaps. It's not as poppy, but for a purple, this is a really, really nice formula, and it's always been one of my favorite shades in this first Vice palette, which it's actually one of the reasons why I keep this palette around. I cannot get rid of the Vice palettes for the life of me, actually. Vice 2 also has a really stunning purple. There's two of them. There's Voodoo and there's Betrayal, but the one I love the most is Betrayal. It has a very blue flash to it. It's like a duochrome, really. And Vice 2 was already a little bit better than Vice 1, I have to say. This is a bit on the sheer side, but this is one of those shades that, you know, what's it called? Makeup Geek's Blacklight. It's very similar to that, I feel. And I will be showing you another shade in a minute. That is very similar to this too. So I know you can no longer get these, but you can find shades like this in later Urban Decay palettes as well. I think that something like Vice might actually be in the Born to Run. Yeah, that has a bit of a gray tone purple, I believe. Let's just talk about the eyeshadow that I feel is very similar to Betrayal, and it's in the Juvia's Place, the Magic palette. This is one of my favorite palettes by Juvia's. It's such a stunning one. And especially these two shades here at the bottom. These are more blue on this. On this side you get more blues, but these are a bit more purple, even though these two shades read very similarly once I start blending. But this shade is where it's at. It's called Faso, and it is a bit difficult to apply in the sense that you do need to foil it, wet it, apply it with a finger to really get the stunning look of this. And it's a bit lighter and brighter even than Betrayal. I hadn't expected that. So this is a really nice like topper shade. I've dabbed a little bit of this in the center of my lid, and for today's makeup look as well, and I just love, love, love that shade. You do have to build it up quite a bit to really get it super opaque and intense, because that also has a little bit of sheerness to it, but it's very, very stunning indeed. The last palette that I know you can still get that I need to mention is the Violet Chocolate palette by Makeup Revolution. Now, I did a purple palette video at, I think, in August or September 2018, and this was my favorite out of all of the palettes that I showed you in that video. And this is just stunning, especially this one. It's called Violaceous and also Amethyst. Those are really, really stunning. You get a matte royal purple, and you also get a more gray tone purple here called Curfew. Let me swatch Violaceous, this like brighter shade right here. Because to me, that's like a true purple, you know? And in terms of like Makeup Revolution's formula, I know it's not everyone's favorite. It also isn't mine. But in terms of formula, the Violet Chocolate is one of their better ones. And if you're looking for an affordable purple palette that has a bunch of neutrals and that just will see you getting around everything almost, then this is a good one. And that's that shade right there. And now I have a couple of honorable mentions for you. I purchased some ColourPop eyeshadow singles at the beginning of the year, which I have yet to play around with. I kind of go in order of purchasing things, that I put things actually on my eyes. But there is such a stunning shade in here. It's a matte purple called Try Me, which I believe is from their like newly launched 24 eyeshadows. And this is so, so stunning. Look at that. There's a swatch right there. That's the ColourPop shade, and Try Me, really, really stunning. And it's just a palette that I still need to play around with a little bit more, so I can't really say anything about how it performs on the eyes, but I have tried ColourPop shadows in the past, and so far I am very pleased with the ColourPop formula, so I definitely wanted to mention it here because I love it. Now, something that I definitely still need to try, because that's my own build palette. I did a full video on how I created this and also the ColourPop palette a couple of months ago actually already, when I just had all of these shades in. And again, I still have to play around with this. I decided to make my own green, blue, and purple eyeshadow palette before all of the blue, green, and purple eyeshadow palettes came around that are now being released. But I've got some stunning shades right here, I should say. And all three of these are by Sydney Grace. This is Deliverer. This is, oh, what was this called again? Awake. And this is Pandora. So these are absolutely stunning. There they are on my finger. So that's Deliverer. That's Awake, which is a bit darker. And then last but not least, we have Pandora, which is really nice too. So there are a couple of other purples in here that aren't Sydney Grace. This is ABH's Enchanted. This is Nabla's Arisia, and this is a Lilac Wonder, which is also by Nabla. So let me just swatch those for you as well. Again, like the Sydney Grace ones, I still have to put this on my face. So ABH's Enchanted, oh, I'm not sure if you can see this very well. That shade is a lot darker, and I really wanted to have a more, like somewhat more dark purple in here as well. ABH is right here, and then these are the two Nabla shades. That's Arisia, which is in a very nice matte purple, and then we have Lilac Wonder, which is a very nice soft lilac shade, which I actually didn't have a lot of here yet. So those are some purple eyeshadows that are currently in my collection. Some of them I'm still looking forward to trying, but some of them are tried and true. So leave a comment down below if you have any recommendations for purple makeup products that you would like me to try or that you love yourself. I would be curious to know. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. It would very much help getting my videos out there. And of course, we are currently in the midst of Everyday May, meaning that I have a new video coming your way from Monday through Friday for the entire month of May. So lots of content is still coming your way. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's video, because then we will be back. Bye!